Parts of the bodies all over the house, in places you wouldn't think. The funny thing is the heads have never been found. Hands and feet and things like that. But no heads.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 13th podcast. Tonight, we're going to discuss a few things about the lovely exorcisms. And today, we have
Andrew B. Bolin and Mortis. Welcome. If you guys can hear in the background, if you guys haven't seen the video, the knocks are still fucking going. They don't stop. I don't know what it is. I got maintenance guys coming out and checking, but it's still fucking happening. I don't know what it is. I honestly am trying so hard to ignore it, but I can't no more. I don't know. No idea. You all right, Andrew?
Yeah.
All right. So Andrew, how are you doing, bud?
I've had better days, but I'm breathing.
Good. I'm happy to see that you're alive. So today on the 13th podcast, dude, I can't get over these knocks. I don't know. Anyways, so just to let you guys know, I've seen the new Exorcist movie.
Dumb.
Garbage. Trash. Very trash. Very, 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 very upsetting. Spoiler alert, somebody gets exorcism, they get exorcised, they turn into a demon.
Work them out.
Yeah, it's just honestly been a fucking yeah. Anyways, so exorcism. Andrew, I'm gonna let you start this off. Honestly, I don't want to jump straight into it yet because then we'll just fly through it and then it would be like blah 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 blah.
Yeah, so I won't get right into exorcisms. I'll just get into like the priest aspect on how to become an exorcist, or like facts of becoming an exorcist, or yeah, something like that.
So before we get into detail,
anyway,
hold on, Andrew. Before we get into detail with the exorcisms shit, how do you think exorcisms happen? Before we find out the facts, like how do you think people get possessed by a demon?
That's a great question, Mortis. I would say,
fuck you, dude.
Yeah, possession is just inviting the devil into your life, or into. It's hard to answer from a. I can't answer that question because I know too much already. If I was an ordinary person and you was just to ask me, hey man, have you ever heard of exorcisms? How do people get possessed? And I was just that
opening
normal
like
person,
doorways and shit.
I'd be like,
I can't get over these knocks, dude.
Anyway, possession happens from people inviting the demon into their souls.
So do you think there's an actual, like, I want to say, I don't want to be possessed by a demon, and I hope to God that never happens to me. But people that don't really, I think, okay, let me take the people that, I had a really decent talk with my uncle today at a wedding, and he's a really big Christian, and he was like, he's like massive, like it's like he's an older gentleman. He's like what, in his 70s, 80s. He's an old man, but he thinks that people that hate God, that don't have any feelings, basically like an atheist in a way, but I think atheists don't hate God. I think they just don't believe in him. But people that actually hate God, they are opening their minds up to the devil.
No. No. So if you the podcast we've been listening to, The Exorcist,
The Exorcist Files.
right? Father Michael was an atheist before he became an ordained priest to do exorcisms because he didn't believe in God and he didn't believe in the devil. He just believed there was something, right? Which ended up being a different term. But atheist doesn't involve the God or devil or satanic rituals. Because you got to think the devil was an angel. He was the most perfect angel that was ever created. But he was always in a battle with the archangel Michael, which is why you hear it a lot during exorcisms. I cast upon the archangel Michael to bring this demon back out of this because anyway.
So keep going.
Atheists aren't really, if you're saying atheists are sensitive to it and that's why atheists get possessed.
Not necessarily atheists. I wasn't really saying about atheists because atheists are basically like a blank mind when it comes to any religion. But when it comes to people that have hatred towards God, do you think that the devil has taken over?
No.
Okay.
I don't think, because if they got hatred towards God, they don't probably have any kind of
Now,
thing for the
one
devil.
thing in the movie, which I don't know if I want to believe or not, and this ain't a religious show whatsoever. I don't want you guys to think that we're not going to be talking about any religion whatsoever. But this is just coming from. Okay,
we already have. I mean,
yeah. So that movie, which is it's not a spoiler whatsoever.
spoil the fuck
but
out of it.
No, I can't. They said that the only way Jesus was able to go to heaven was to go through hell first and get out of it. Do you ever think of that? Or did he go straight to heaven? Because they said Jesus went to hell and then 3 days later he rose, which is the hell that he went through was him getting crucified. The 3 days. So I mean, that right there, I was like, well, okay, that's pretty cool. Not cool because that happened, but it's like, it's pretty interesting to think of it like a different aspect like that. Like maybe he did go to hell, and he was just too pure to be down there, and there was just no sin or whatever upon this being, and and God was like, that's my son, and basically took him up to heaven where he rules the golden gates. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty strange. No, that maybe if it wasn't called The Exorcist, it'd be a really cool exorcism movie because it was kind of fucked. But it just was not, and I was just so disappointed. Now,
was it as fucked as a 12-year-old girl masturbating with a crucifix?
Which one was that?
The first Exorcist.
No. The first one was by far still the scariest movie. That in my time, I know for a fact that maybe she's still after 50 fucking years almost.
Just the history behind
the history behind the movie, the fact that
the making of the movie.
Yes, since it wasn't
crazy.
a girl, it was a little boy.
It was a boy
in St. Louis, not St. Louis, Missouri, but over in wherever. the whole background of that is just it's terrifying. And then in late 2000s or whatever, there was supposedly a 9-year-old crawling up the wall. I'm getting fucking tired of this shit. But Zach, am I saying it right? Zach Bagans?
Zach Bagans.
Bagans. I don't care about him. But anyways, Zach
Dude,
from Go.
I've watched the past Ghost Adventures for 2023 so far. You know how they used to be like an hour long, maybe 45 minutes at its shortest? They're like 23 minutes long now. And all it is him going, I'm feeling angry. And then 3 seconds later, here goes Aaron. Runs. Oh, what was that? And then here comes Jay. Oh, dude, I got scratches. I got scratches on my neck. You guys see that? I got scratches. Like, yeah, you just fucking scratched your neck, you stupid fuck. I don't know. I love Ghost Adventures. I loved them pre-2015. I still think they're better than Ghost Hunters. I think Taps is stupid, and I think they are a bunch of again, exorcisms. No, I'm just kidding, dude. I seen that post earlier. Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures. He's like Ghost Hunters, and I was like, what a fucking bandwagon. Like Ghost Hunters didn't have it. Ghost Hunters were just one step above Ghostbusters, and then you have Ghost Adventures.
Better.
No, dude. Ghost Adventures brought it way
Zach is
up
the
here.
fakest
It doesn't
scammer.
matter. It doesn't matter because he still brought it way up here.
He brought it because he brought the
But Ghost
fakeness
Hunters
to it.
are just as fake, except instead of them showing them episodes of them not catching anything, they just waited to catch something and finally put an episode out for you. That is exactly what a ghost hunter himself had said. There's many times we didn't catch nothing. But the media doesn't want to put that out. So we have to film and film and film and film and film and film and quotations until we find something.
So you think ghost hunting's fake? Sounds like you're starting to be a little skeptic, and I'm starting to be more of a believer. How are the roles changing?
No. That would never happen. I believe that the television shows are fake.
All of them?
90. Yeah.
I think the
I
first
think they might have some intelligible EVP recordings, but when it comes to the rest of it, and I've watched them both here lately, and it's all bullshit. Oh, I just seen an orb. Look at this, guys, frame by frame, and all it is one smudge across the screen. It's like, how is that plausible? That doesn't make.
Andrew, you take that back. Take it back.
Even with the rest, I don't know, dude. I guess I am starting to get skeptical of these people filming this shit because they're making it believable by bullshit, and they make it believable by subtitles. Like, you won't hear footsteps, but they'll put in the subtitles unexplained footsteps, and they'll go back to it, and it's like, yeah, I didn't hear shit, and they'd be like, oh. But yet these guys supposedly have the best equipment in the world. How the fuck can I hear this, son?
Listen, dude.
But I tell you what, Zach and them are using that new Polter box. I really, really like it, and I think that's what we should look into getting for our equipment. Spirit box. Instead of a spirit box, you get a Polter box.
What's a polter box?
I don't know, dude. It's pretty insane looking. It's what they're using now as their spirit box.
A polter, like a poltergeist?
Yeah.
Because
Because
That's
I think
pretty
it is a
interesting.
poltergeist kind of thing because it's getting manipulated into sound. But it's like the clearest sounds that I can ever heard come out of a spirit box before.
You know how? I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm about to cut a hole in my fucking wall.
Why?
Well, and that's the thing, dude. Like my walls are like really thin, and there's no like piping or anything
Yeah,
through
they
my
are.
walls. What?
Uh,
Well, that's that. What? That's what I'm saying, dude. Like between my wall and my kids' room, it's like it's right here in the corner, and there's nothing right there. I went through a stud finder. There's studs in there, obviously, but the only thing that's in my walls are fucking. I live in a fucking trailer. What are you looking at?
maybe an orb behind you, but I thought I seen something. I don't know.
Probably just Kylo. I don't know, dude. Just
It
really
probably
annoying.
was Kylo. I thought I heard a door.
I don't know. All right, exorcisms. Let's get into detail of exorcisms.
So we'll get into detail about the priest.
Okay.
Took some notes so we could stop getting copyrighted on all this bullshit, supposedly.
We only got copyrighted on Instagram, not Instagram, Facebook, because we played.
Because we played a song in the background.
I just played Ghostbusters theme song.
Who gives a fuck? Fuck Facebook.
Facts.
All right. So when it comes to exorcisms, only an ordained priest can do an exorcism. They have to go through like
years and years of schooling.
They said
and
at least a
practicing.
decade. That's a long time.
What is that?
And I'm pretty sure as a Catholic priest, you're not allowed to get married. I think I think it's against their religion. That's insane, dude. In order for a priest, an ordained priest or an exorcist to do an exorcism, to perform an exorcism, they won't do an investigation. I'll take that back. They won't investigate every case that they get because most of them get like Australian Paranormal Society said that there was times where they were getting 10 cases a week. But they
Of
won't do every
exorcisms?
case. No. Just anything paranormal. But it's the same with exorcisms. A priest won't do it unless there's actual evidence, but he won't be the one that goes out and does it because it's against.
It's against the law. Now,
No, it's not against the law. It's a sin. It's a
why is it gotta be? Why is it gotta be a Catholic priest than like a Christian?
It doesn't have to be. So, Lutheran, Christianity. Hell, there's been cases in the Jewish religion. There's been cases in all religions. There's just a way that the Catholic do it because for some reason, when most of these demons show themselves or they talk, they speak Latin. And that Latin is the primary language for Catholicism.
Sorry. Catholicism?
Catholicism. Oh, you got me fucked up. Catholicism.
Say it one more time.
Yeah. Catholicism.
Catholicism.
Catholicism. You bastard. Catholicism.
Catholicism.
Yes.
Okay. Which is what?
Catholicism? Catholic.
Yes.
Religion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're Catholicists. I really don't know. But for some reason they're very well respected in that. A lot of them, like Christianity, your Baptist priest and shit like that just don't know enough of the history to perform an exorcist
But they do are a
or
lot of
exorcism.
the higher up priest. Do you think they have to go to the Vatican to basically train for
Yes.
exorcisms?
Yes.
Now, I think that the Vatican is a form of Satanism, 100%. In a way.
So theoretically, there's only two types of Satanism that is legit and actually looked at in this religious compound. You've got the Satanism that's there's an actual church, I believe, and they don't. It's not that they practice Satanism. It's Satanism. It's more of like a religion compared to Satanism, which is an occult.
Yes. And those are the people that like go to
Or
fields
not
and
a cult.
sacrifice
It is a cult.
It's a cult.
Cult.
Yes, not a cult, it's a cult. And those
Yeah,
are the
so they're the
people
people
that do the
sacrifice
unnaturally
unholy
things.
bullshit.
Yeah. Which is completely wrong in my eyes. Yeah, I don't deal. Ever since I started doing this show, Andrew, I've started to get worried about a lot of things. When we go on to these investigations, which is coming up in a week from now, honestly, less than a week now.
I was about myself.
You what?
About myself.
Oh, you burn yourself. Okay.
I
sorry. It's pretty worrying because it's like, for the longest time, growing up, with, my, not both my parents, but one of my parents dying, and then just basically losing the faith and just life and like, oh, I'm gonna go dark. I'm gonna wear skinny jeans and thinking it's fucking funny to
emo.
Go, not necessarily, just go goth in a way. I went like goth for a while, where it was like, fuck God and everybody, hell Satan,
Lord.
and think it's so funny. And then now, since I've grown up a lot, when I see kids do that, it's like, you're messing with something that you have no idea what you're messing with. And it's like, it's not cool. It's not funny. This is some serious shit. There are histories dated back thousands of years ago, all right? And you're dealing with stuff that you can't control. People like, oh, well, you're crazy. It's not about being crazy. It's about the fact. What's wrong? It's just about it's humanity. It's humans. The way we portray ourselves. It's fucking sick. What are you doing with that?
No.
So like I've learned with myself, I'm going to be careful with this knocking shit, which I don't know. It just started like last Monday. It's been a week. And I'm not even trying to fuck with it. I don't know what it is, I do care what it is, but I'm trying to ignore it as much as I can, but I can't. But it's like I'm not sitting here provoking or going upon like I'm gonna go out and I don't know. I don't know. That's why when it comes to going out and investigating and going and investigating, sorry, I'm going to be careful.
Oh, I would say provoke the hell out of it.
Yeah, let's provoke.
I think that's
fuck
what
out
I'm
of it.
going to do.
Well, I don't want to.
The thing is the audience or the people are going to want to know, does something actually happen when you provoke these things? Now, when it comes to exorcisms and being possessed by demons, you can provoke them all you want, But demons still follow laws and demons are still fucking afraid of God and Jesus,
Yeah.
right? That's why you don't hear, like, if you sit there and literally, if you literally listen to exorcisms. The fuck was that?
Where? Did you see that?
How'd your sign end up on the ground?
This is what I'm fucking talking about, dude. I can't sit. Like, and it's just the thing
Provoke
about
it, pussy.
I'm not provoking shit. It's literally, it's been happening for a fucking week. Dude, I'm so fucking scared. It's not funny.
I think it's hilarious. You brought this upon yourself, bud. Ow.
Like, I'm
They're
honestly kind
coming.
of afraid to go on this, and it's not funny. I'm honestly kind of
They're coming.
afraid to go on this investigation because it's
Not
like,
funny.
it's just shit like this,
You
dude.
didn't change your name back? Just kidding.
Anyways, what are you saying? Exorcisms.
So, a little history on the devil.
Yeah, let's talk about the fucking devil.
So that we have to, because everybody thinks that exorcisms have to do with the devil. Wah. The devil was an angel. Did you know Lucifer means bringer of light?
No, I did not.
And that was his actual name as an angel, was Lucifer, because
know
he
that,
was
yes.
the bringer of light. Right?
So what did
Now,
he?
since he got cast to hell, he is called the devil because it represents the prince of darkness. So people
Which
calling
is
him
Ozzy
Lucifer
Osbourne.
is what his name was as an angel. But as this demonic bad piece of shit, his name is the devil or Satan. Right? When the devil is brought up in the Catholic exorcisms, a lot of the time they're not actually talking about the devil. That's just what they consider as demons, because demons call themselves the devil at the same time. But when they say the power of Christ compels you, or in the name of Jesus, give me your name, demon, almost 90% of the time, if you keep fighting and keep fighting, that demon's going to give you their name. But, that's what I was saying, is that demons won't sit there and take the Lord's name in vain. In any of the actual exorcisms that you watch, not the movies, like actual, point of view videos taken as through exorcisms, the demons will not take the Lord's name in vain like we do as adults or as humans.
Yeah.
Like, they don't go, fuck you, Jesus, or God damn you. They'll go, fuck you, priest. Or fuck your religion or whatever. But they'll never say, fuck you, Jesus. Fuck you, God. God damn it. Nothing like that. They won't. It's like they can't.
It stopped. It's like I'm halfway not wanting to do this show because of that.
All right, this is the 13th podcast. We're going to 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Ever since going into this exorcism thing for me, going deep in this history, just like Pazuzu, we was bringing up in a couple of the episodes, and when you kept saying, "What is Pazuzu? What is Pazuzu?" and I was like, "It's that kid in that documentary that was a real fucked up or whatever." But when I started digging deep into the exorcism, that statue that they brought to Afghanistan or Iraq, wherever the first opening scene of The Exorcism or The Exorcist, the first one, whatever the opening scene is, whatever country that is, when they had that, if you think it was a dick-shaped statue, was actually the statue of Pazuzu, which was a demon.
Yes.
Which ends up being the demon that possesses Reagan. But yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that, but you literally refreshed my mind. Because I actually at the haunted house last year dressed up as Pazuzu from The Exorcist.
Mm.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's just the whole demonology world dealing with demons and the occult, not cult, occult. There's such a rabbit hole you can go in, and you start getting deep. I mean, there's times where I'm scared to drive home from work.
Well, it's just
Because
scary,
of
dude. Because it's
shit,
like
just
you don't
listening.
you don't know.
But it's
You
saying that in order to have a demon possess you, you have to actually bring it into you. You have to accept it. So demons will try and disguise themselves as your loved ones,
like a
and
doppelganger.
yeah, kind of like a doppelganger. Through Ouija boards, you can get possessed because it's a portal, and you're opening it by touching it, using yourself, letting that whatever use yourself. If it's real or not, I don't know. I'm starting to believe it is because there's a lot of evidence, but that demon can't possess you until you open yourself to that demon. Not open to yourself not open yourself to spirituality, but open yourself and say, "Okay, take me," is pretty much what you have to do. Or that demon won't mess with you. That demon will keep messing with you. It'll scare the shit out of you, but it won't actually do nothing to you until you let it. Once you accept it, then you're fucked.
They just talking about it's kind of fucking creepy. What are you doing? I don't know, man. When it comes to like that, honestly, I'm kind of scared right now because of what just
and the Catholic religion. I can't speak for all Catholics because I guess they all have their own whatever. But when it came to this priest, Father Michael, he didn't believe that hell was under earth or hell was down there or whatever. Hell is just a reality that you live. It's a never-ending cycle of a reality that you live. Like you put yourself through hell when you die, you're going to go through that same hell instead of being cast away from all your sins and living a normal paranormal life, whatever.
nightmares, dude.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
nightmares become reality, that's when you're in hell.
Yeah.
And I think that right there just puts it in perspective a little bit. When it comes to once a demon has got a hold of you, the only return that you have, the two only returns that you do have is by a priest saving you or just giving up and just letting it fully take over your body, which is basically just dying. The amount of fear behind it, it's really starting to get to me. I had a young girl come up to me yesterday when I was doing makeup, and I refused immediately when she asked me to put a pentagram on her. She said it was for a witch, and I said, "Well," I said, "I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not doing that." Because the more I'm getting into reading, learning, it's not necessarily. It is interesting, but it's opening my eyes up around my surroundings on where we're at in this world. We've already lost humanity. There's no more humanity out there. The hope is there, but we have to fight for that hope. But right now, the way the world is, the devil's winning hard. There are people out there. It's like when you go into the Illuminati shit. Look at certain people where there's this thing like a myth, a legend, or whatever, or like a conspiracy that celebrities sell their soul to the devil to get where they're at in their life. Just look at people. Look how they're doing. How this motherfucker gets famous, or how they're doing things. Going back to the Jeff Epstein stuff. That is strange. The Jim Jones stuff. That's a cult. When Jim Jones manipulated all thousands of people, and then when he got caught, he killed every single one of them. One of these days, we'll get on this episode, and I'll try to find the Jim Jones tapes. And honestly, we'll
that a
listen
UFC
to
fighter?
Dude, no. I mean, it is a fucking UFC fighter, but the fucking cult leader of fucking Jim Jones. You go back to the Exorcism, and I'm gonna find this Jim Jones tape, dude. You need to listen to the end.
So it's believed that the first exorcism was done in AD, first century AD. So within the first century of humanity, Eleazar, a Jewish exorcist, who invoked King Solomon's name to expel a demon in the first century AD. So that is believed to be one of the first exorcisms that ever happened, which wasn't done by a Catholic priest, was done by a Jewish exorcist. And then even in the book of Mark, Jesus cast out evil spirits in AD 70. So in the 70, not 70s, AD. There was a Spanish missionary who performed exorcisms in New Mexico in 1764. The first official rite of exorcism sanctioned by the Catholic Church was in 1614. So, really, it was done by the Jewish first. Exorcisms were. Some notable examples of real-life exorcisms included Anna Eklund, who underwent a 14-day exorcism in Erling, Iowa in 1928. So it's also said that exorcisms can take multiple sessions. There was even a case that took 13 sessions over a period of 3 years for this little girl to get her demons expelled from her. Could you imagine for 3 years pretty much going through a split personality? But in that split personality, you're a little girl, or you're a overpowered entity that just wreaks havoc on everything. You also have Anneliese Michel, a woman from Germany who underwent 67 exorcisms between 1975 and 1976 which inspired the films The Exorcism of Emily Rose and Requiem. And they actually have audio for that actual exorcism. Clara Germana-Celli, who made a pact with the devil, was also a notable exorcism. And then Michael Taylor, who killed his wife and underwent an exorcism for that. A lot of the times, the priest won't. The reason why priests have to do such an investigation, or they have somebody like Ed and Lorraine Warren do that investigation for them, is because there is that.
There's a man standing in my corner.
What? What'd you say? What is that behind you?
I'm stuck with you. I actually, when I said that, I was like, "Whoa!" That gave me cold chills.
I'm
just
scared
thinking about it.
Yeah, you just fucking yeah.
I'm gonna take a step back real quick. Listen to the final words of Jonestown, the mass suicide.
Jonestown.
Jim Jones. Read into it, dude. Just listen. This is.
Did you click play?
What?
You didn't even click play.
I didn't click play. All right, hold on. All right, tell me when you're ready, Andrew. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Trust you. You have to step across. With the green tea, please.
Hear the people in the background.
Bring it here so the adults can begin.
They're about to drink.
Don't fail to follow my advice. You'll be sorry. You'll be sorry. That we do it and that they do it. Just trust you. You have to step across.
There's kids. There's kids.
We used to sing this world's not our home. Well, it sure isn't. As we were saying, it sure wasn't. He doesn't want to tell him. All he's doing, if they will tell him, assure these children. Some people assure these children of the relaxation of stepping over to the next plane. We've set an example for others. We've set 1,000 people who say we don't like the way the world is. Please stop.
Is that Mike Tyson talking?
We laid it down. We got tired. We didn't commit suicide. We committed an act of revolutionary suicide, protesting the conditions of an inhumane world.
Hear how quiet it got? You just hear music.
Did everybody die? Did they all sacrifice themselves? Why can't I still hear it? Okay.
The thing is about that right there. He manipulated thousands of people to drink this drink.
Okay.
It killed everybody. Children, women, men, everybody. And this is going to religion. You have a man that manipulated all these people. You have religion that manipulates all these people. I'm not saying anything bad about religion. I believe in
You're going
God.
to hell.
Probably not. I hope I'm not. But there are certain people out there that are very, very dark
Yeah.
that will manipulate you like a demon to convince you that whatever I'm saying, it's going to happen. Wherever you go,
Yeah.
whatever I say is going to happen. So when it comes to demons or exorcisms or possessions and stuff, I think that is the first start of a possession when a person is manipulated by a demon or some type of entity. That's when it takes off. When people start believing that the reality that they're in is all fake, it is time to get possessed by the devil, demon, or whatever's out there. Is when your brain opens up and you're manipulated, and then that's when it takes off.
Mm.
And it's just scary and enough because you can take stuff that's happened way before our time, way before anything. That anything sounds believable. I mean, that's the shit, man. It's like, whoa. But once your brain starts getting up in there and starts unlocking all these little cycles in your head, and you're like, well, wait a minute. Well, maybe this person's right. And all of a sudden you're tied to a fucking bed with a priest over you, smack you in the head with a fucking crucifix. Oh, play that sound. I don't know, man. There's just been weird shit happening to me, and honestly, it's really been stressing me out. I had a tarot card reading yesterday, and the lady asked me some. She answered some pretty personable shit, which was kind of scary. Kind of scary, like getting in like the witches and shit. She was so spot on, and I was like, "What the fuck?" She asked me about basically she told me to draw 3 cards from this deck, and I drew these 3 random cards, and I laid them down, and she's an older woman, loved her to death, and she read the first card, and it was like, there's something bothering you that you don't know how to say it, but it's eventually gonna smooth out. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, that's nice. And it was all positive. It was no negative, which was awesome. And then the next one was she said it said something along the lines of that you feel like that you're lost, but in time it will get fixed, even though, you guys argue. And I was like, what are you talking about? When Kristen and I went through our little spiel of basically just it was bad. And she's like, just I don't tell anybody that. And she said things are just gonna just fall into place. And then she brought up the podcast. She knows nothing about my podcast. Nothing. She don't even have a fucking Facebook. This is a 70-year-old woman. Knows nothing about anything when it comes to doing my podcast. She asked me, she said, there are hobbies in your life right now that basically you thought they were good, but unfortunately you had to part ways. But whatever you're doing now, it's going to be great for you and your time's coming. And it was all positive. And I was like, what do you mean? She said, whatever you're doing right now, it's all going to pay off eventually. It may not happen tomorrow or the next day, but it will pay off. And we just got to keep fighting. And dude, I kept that. I was like, holy shit. That's fucking that. It's just that sign of like positivity just feels so good. And then Corey got his, and it was not good. It was not a good reading. It was really, really, really dark. But right there is like maybe there is a sign of hope. But when you act like that, yeah, there probably isn't hope for like, anything. But dude, when someone says anything positive about anything that I'm doing, roll your fucking eyes.
I don't know, man. I think they're all just fucking scammers, dude.
I don't think so.
I do.
I think some of them are.
I don't know, man. Anyway, so let's get on. Let's show these guys. This is going to be a recording from the actual exorcism of Annalise Michelle, which is what the exorcism of Emily Rose was made about, right?
The exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah,
Okay.
was
Fuck
based
movie,
on
dude. God.
Annalise
Ugh.
Michelle. So we'll
That's
share the screen.
that's
And
such a
I
good
don't
fucking
like this
movie.
shit, guys, because it's fucking
Don't show the
just
whole
the
thing to
s-
show clips.
no shit, but it scares the fuck out of me. I just want you guys to know what it sounds like, the hell that it brings upon. So, go share. All right, you ready to hear this? Ugh.
Wir müssen noch was anderes tun. Lebensführung, wie soll ich sagen?
And this is from Planet Weird.
Im Namen Maria befehle ich dir, alles zu sagen. Im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen, der katholischen Lehre schauen.
Ja, und dass sich die Katholiken und vor allem die Jungen, die eine Hure benehmen. Glauben Sie an überhaupt?
Excuse me. Bless me.
Und des Sohnes und des
Wenn
Heiligen.
das nicht erfüllt wird, und dann kommt ein neues.
Ganz deutlich, Ludwig werden. Im
No.
Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes befehle ich dir, es ganz deutlich und
It's getting
deutlich
deeper.
It's getting what?
It was getting deeper.
No.
befehle ich dir im Namen des Vaters und des Denen geht allen so wie dir. Das seid ihr alle am Werk, ja? Sie haben mir so wie ihr so viel sagt.
Ja.
Aber in unserem Gegend hier, da Liebe.
Ja. Oh.
Ja, das kann ich. Ja. Sag mir den Namen.
Wer ist? Der Judas. Und der Nero.
No. No.
I'm not about that.
No, I'm not about that, dude. That whole Latin speaking and growling and hissing like a cat shit, dude. The manipulation of the voice.
Yep.
Did you know that when the exorcism, when Reagan turns her head 360 degrees, they said that's physically impossible, but it's the way the demon bends the lights in the room that makes your eyes alter to that illusion that that's what's actually happening. Like that, the power of that demon that has possession of the possessed can alter not only that, the one that's possessed can also fuck with you guys in your head also, or our heads or whatever. And that's why we see so many things. That's why it changes its voice so much, from just a regular little girl like,
Hi, I'm here to.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you. You like that, father? And it's just
I don't like that shit, dude. The hissing, the growling, the convulsions, and it's scary.
Yeah, that's just the thought of that, of just walking into that would just be absolutely fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh,
I'm not about that.
I am.
You're not.
I would love to to become an exorcist.
An exorcist?
Yeah, to do exorcisms.
Why?
Dude, that experience right there. I don't know, dude. I've always wanted to get into Catholicism and the Catholic religion, just because I think there's more truth in it than there is in the actual Christianity religion. I think Christianity is all about the, you know, and the devil's really bad and all this other bullshit, but it doesn't actually talk about the evils on this earth.
There's a lot of evil.
And it'll touch the devil, but then it goes right back to the halos and how God is, you know.
But that's the other question that I like that you asked like a month ago. Why is it always about demons? Why don't you see angels?
Well, and it's also saying that the demons like Zozo, Pazuzu, confusion, murder, there's so many demon names, but all those demons were actual angels. But
Yeah,
when
why
they
don't
all
you
went to war
see
with the
physical
archangel Michael, Saint Michael, they all got cast to hell and became devils. Demons.
Did you hear about the angel that was found up on top of a mountain?
No.
Let me find this real quick.
I thought
it's supposedly a Siberia.
I just seen a fucking light anomaly in front of my face, dude.
No, you didn't. I didn't even look.
Bro, we're going to have to go back because I'm pretty sure it was on the camera.
Now your shit's all fucky. What's going on?
Get my cross.
No, I'm dead serious. Like, tonight's been fucking weird. My knocks have finally stopped. All right? That fucking thing fell. Maybe it's like a sign of us saying, like, maybe we shouldn't go on this
You guys
investigation.
can stop talking about the devil. Fuck that.
I don't know, man.
I'm bringing a Ouija board.
Don't do that. Do not do that. Like, I'm being honest with you. Do not fucking do that.
Can I summon the devil?
No.
Can I get a pentagram tattooed on me before we go on this investigation?
No. No.
So, the thing is, I'm already one.
You show me your forearm. That's your fault. That
he's with me.
you shouldn't have got a demon tattooed on you.
The 13th podcast.
The 13th podcast.
Yeah, so the story about that tattoo. That was
Your
supposed to be
shit's
in memory of
fucky,
my
dude.
mom. It's fucked.
Your shit's funky.
Yeah. Be like that sometimes.
I hope not.
Devil. I'm just kidding. It's a bull. I think. Just kidding. It's my logo. I created that. I just shut my computer off.
Did you really? So, guys, this is the 13th podcast. Andrew just shut his fucking computer off like a dummy. And now he's frozen. Oh, boy. Anyways, guys, look at him. All frozen and stuff. All right, guys. You know, I get into this stuff, and it honestly gets to the point where I'm like really scared. But these knocks literally have just stopped while I'm doing a podcast, and that terrifies me. I can't get enough of it. I don't know what's going on, and honestly, I'm just at the point of it is what it is. So he just left. I'm Mortis. That was Andrew B. Bolin. Go check us out on all major platforms. We post as much as we can when we can for you guys, for the pure entertainment and the pure fear that comes out of the 13th podcast. And again, guys, it ain't fun if it's not scary.